Hey guys, welcome to the In the Game Room podcast. I am Alan, I'm in the game room, and I'm going to show you guys something in this box here that I think is pretty cool. This just came in today from all the way from Poland, from a company called Army Case. They're army-case.com on the internet, and I have obviously cut open the plastic, but I have not had this out of the box yet to look at it. I wanted to do this with you guys. I'm going to post up a picture right now that shows you what this is going to look like when it's done. It's a case for carrying your miniatures, whatever kind of miniatures you have. The shelves are metal, so if your bases have magnets on them, you can just pop them right on the shelf. In the case of like my miniatures, my 28mm miniatures, they have metal washers on the bottom, so I'm going to have to put a magnet sheet on the shelves in this thing for it to work. But basically what this is well, let's look at it here. I got the A Case Plus is what it's called on their website. Not entirely sure what this is yet, but this is basically the case, the bag you carry your miniatures in. But what's in here is special stuff. That's the metal shelving and basically there'll be a hard metal rack inside here with slots in it for as many shelves as you want to put in there, depending on how big your miniatures are. It looks very, very well made so far. I can say one thing, when I was looking at it on the website, it looked a hell of a lot bigger for some reason. I'm kind of surprised at the size. However, it's not a problem, because what I think this is going to be used for in my case, I think it's going to be used for when I go to a convention and I just want to take the miniatures that I'm using for the particular game. They'll be in here and I'll be able to carry them. There's no way I would ever have a bag or any kind of container that's going to hold all of my miniatures. So this is just like sort of the thing you throw over your shoulder and take with you to the game you're going to play. And speaking of which, it's got a really cool padded shoulder thing here. It's just from what I'm seeing so far, it's just really, really well made, this part of it, the bag anyways. I have not looked in here yet. This should be the bits that go inside the bag, so let's see. Cut it open to save a little time here, but okay, we have the assembly guide for the A Case Plus. Oh, this is very interesting. Okay, it's all bits of looks like galvanized steel. It is steel for sure. It's magnetic. These must be the shelves. There's some magnets here for some reason. I'm not sure. Maybe these are given to you so you can put them on the bottom of your miniatures. Maybe that's why they're included. I'll find out in the instructions what they're for. I don't know what that is. This looks like sort of the main big piece, the back. So these are, looks to me like these are laser cut steel. So that means somebody over there in Poland has a very, very, very powerful laser. So that's kind of cool. It's very thin. I'm going to go, without measuring, 15 thousandths of an inch maybe. So it's real thin. 15, 20, maybe somewhere around there. Real thin steel. Because it's laser cut, obviously it's all very precision. Looks like they've done a great job on that. Looking at the instructions here, obviously all of this gets folded, and the way they've done it, they've cut lines in here that doesn't go all the way across. There's little tabs. So just to kind of demonstrate, I don't know what I'm doing yet, but I just want to show. Yeah, it looks like, yeah, you just bend it by hand, and then this bends over and the next one bends over, and so we'll see how that goes. I want to look at the instructions first, make sure I don't screw this up, because I don't want to be ordering any replacement parts all the way from Poland. This model here is it's listed on their website in the Polish currency, which I can't even say the name of. I don't know what it is. And for some reason I couldn't find a way on the site to select US dollars or British pounds or any other currency. It just displays their currency. And the price is 270 in their currency. I did look online and found out that that equals about $74 right now. And I'm sure as exchange rates go up and down all the time, that price could change. But this bag here, with all of this, runs about $74. Postage is expensive. I mean, because you know this has some weight to it. It's coming all the way from Poland. I think postage on this was somewhere around $30, and yeah, that's a lot for postage. But I get it. My customers deal with that every single day. My customers in England and Europe and New Zealand and Australia, they have to live with that every day from my end. So it's probably fair that I got to pay that every once in a while too. But yeah, it looks really cool, very well made. Like I said, my guys have metal bases, so I would have to put a magnet sheet on these shelves, which is not a problem. So what I think I'm going to do now is I think I'm going to stop the video, read the book, not the book, the sheet, and go ahead and put it together, and then I'll come back and show you guys what it looks like when it's all together, rather than have you sit here and watch me do every single step as I struggle through figuring this out, and I'll let you know how it goes. So I'll be right back.
A few moments later.
Okay guys, I'm back. That really only took a couple of minutes, well maybe about 10 or so, and everything, all the folding of everything went really easy. I have bad arthritis in my hands, so I had to take a couple little breaks and kind of shake them out, and you know, because I was kind of getting a little bit of pain in them, but in spite of that it still went along pretty smoothly. There were no problems. The metal bent easier than I thought it would. I got to admit, when I first started doing it, I was a little bit worried. I thought, you know, what if I bend something too far and bend it back? You know, is it going to break? If you bend metal enough times, it'll break. But that was not an issue at all. First of all, I didn't have to bend anything back twice or anything, because everything kind of went together the way it's supposed to. Another thing is the edges here. They're not sharp. If this was cut on a shear or any other way, these edges would be razor sharp. And I guess because it's laser cut, they're not. So I was worried that, you know, I was going to come back with a whole bunch of band-aids for this part of the show, but that is not the case. These are there is either a function of the way they were cut, or somebody's come back and filed them at, you know, after the cutting process. Whichever way it is, it doesn't matter. The point is, you're not going to cut yourself on this stuff. And when I looked at this whole pile of sheet metal sitting here, I've worked with a lot of sheet metal in my career as a model maker, and I've cut myself a lot, but that was not a problem here. So what we're going to do now is actually just put this together real quick and show you how that works. I've gone through the instructions. I think I know what I'm doing. Once I get this together, I'll probably shut off the camera for a second, put it in the bag, and then show you what it looks like all together. But this guy goes in here, I know that. And this guy will go in here. And I don't think anything actually physically holds these together, except the top and the bottom holds everything together, and then when it goes in the bag, that'll further hold everything together. There's no real fasteners here or anything. So we've got two sides, a back, everything is good. This guy goes on here. Alright. Bent that a little too far, so there we go. Probably jiggling the camera a lot, but that is it. That is it assembled. And the drawers will go in this way. Hello. Yeah, okay, there. I was wondering what these were for. They're cotter pins, and I was like, well, what are those for? But actually there's holes here in the side. You can probably see that you can put these in to lock the shelves. If you had one in each side, this shelf wouldn't go anywhere. Now once it's inside that bag and the bag's zipped up, I don't think that's going to be an issue at all, but if you wanted to, the option exists to put these in and that shelf's not going anywhere. So take that out, and just want to make sure everything is aligned properly. We'll go ahead and put it inside the bag, and then I'll show you what it looks like when it's all done.
A few moments later.
Okay guys, well, here it is. Here is the A-Case Plus. Got the shoulder strap, got the carrying handle on top. It's got a cool little pouch here where you could probably fit a rule book in there or whatever else you need to take with you. This came with it. I'm going to be honest, I don't know what this is. Looks like, I don't know. I'm not sure what this is. I'm gonna, and I don't see it mentioned here. I'll get back on the website and have a look at it. But it looks like something you can kind of roll up, and then it's got a Velcro. So maybe it's meant for tools or something. I don't know. There's a elastic strap here. There's these little pockets in the bottom. Not really sure what it's meant for, but it definitely rolls up, and it's kind of cool, whatever it is. Anyways, so here's the bag. It's got Velcro on here for some reason, so I don't know what. That obviously doesn't stick. So there's some mysteries, but anyways, it's cool. It's really nice. Let's open it up. Getting the metal frame inside here was tight, and as it says in the book, it's or in the instructions, it's meant to be. It wants to be in there real tight so it's not moving around and it's being held together. There was no problem getting it in there. It just did take a bit of convincing it to get in there, but once it's in there, it's fine. I went ahead and put in the cotter pins here just so all the drawers would stay in. But there they go. I did notice one thing: when you're putting the drawers in, if you just push them in, obviously they're going to dip down because they lock in at the front and the back. So you got to kind of fiddle with them a little to get them, you know, locked in the back. But once they are, it's fine. Using 28mm miniatures, which I just killed a guy. Using 28mm miniatures, you're probably going to want to leave, like, you know, 2 empty slots between each shelf. That leaves the bottom shelf with only 1 empty slot, but I figure this bottom shelf can probably be for kneeling guys and prone guys, and then everybody else can be standing dudes up here. So I think I can get a lot of figures in there. So I think this is going to work out perfectly for what I envisioned it being, something I can take to a convention and just plop down and pull out the drawers and lay them out, and I'll have my miniatures that I need for that particular event. So let's review the thing. Like I said, when I first got it, it looked a little smaller than I expected, but actually it's a really nice size for what it's meant to do. And they do make some bigger ones. So if you need a bigger one, if you got a big 40K army or whatever, and you got a lot of, you know, big vehicles and whatnot, you'll see on their website that they show that actually show their bigger one being used for that. So so I think it's a real good size. Like I said, my first impression was, whoa, that's smaller than I thought, but it's fine. It's definitely fine. The construction, the metal with the folding and the tabs and all that stuff, it's unusual. I've never seen anything designed like this before. But getting past the initial shock of, hey, I gotta, you know, bend up all this metal, getting past that, it's a breeze. It went together real nice. No tools required at all other than these 2 things. Everything fit perfectly. It's very well designed, very well engineered. They've obviously put a lot of thought into how to do this, and even calculating how much metal to cut and how many little tabs, you know, how big the little tabs should be to make it bend properly. So 10 points there. They did a really good job with their engineering. The bag itself is first class. It's really, really nice the way it's done. The material, the sewing, the fit, everything. It's just really, really a nice quality bag. So I'm going to give them 10 points on that as well. I'm giving them 10 points on everything. I'm very happy with it. It's everything I thought it would be, and a little different. Like I said, initially I thought it was going to be bigger, and now I'm glad it's not. It's really quite perfect the way it is. So yeah, it's 10 points. I have nothing bad to say about this. It comes from Poland. Shipping's expensive to the US, but I think it's worth it. So I mean, if you just think about this, it's not a $74 case, it's a $100 case because of shipping. And if you think about it that way, I think it's worth $100. So I would recommend this to anybody that wants to carry, you know, this many miniatures to a convention or an event or over to a friend's house or whatever. I have my own carrying trays. You've probably seen that I manufacture these. I sell these. These are great for around the game room. I store all my miniatures in them, and they're great for that. But I don't like carrying those somewhere else. They're not really meant for that. They're meant for just stacking up here in the game room. So something like this is exactly what I needed, just to carry a few things with me to wherever I'm going. So again, the company's name is Army Case. This is the A-Case Plus. They're at army-case.com. They're located in Poland. They make an excellent product. If this is something, if it looks like something that you can use, I'm giving you my stamp of approval saying give it a try. I think you're going to like it. So with that, like I said, 10 out of 10. I got 0 complaints on this thing. It's really well done. So that's it for now. You guys check this out at army-case.com. Thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you again real soon here in the game room. Talk to you guys later, and keep on gaming.